Hello and welcome to the $1 Million Message. This is your Fearless Friday message with Callie DeBlanda Brigham, calling from beautiful Pensacola Beach, Florida. I've been thinking about leadership a lot lately. I think we all see examples of it, not just in Mary Kay, but of course in Mary Kay too. And maybe we make note of some of the things that we really respect in leaders around us. Maybe we make note of things that we would do differently if we were in that position. But regardless, I was just thinking about how can we make sure that we are leading well no matter where we are today. Because I believe that if you are one of the ones that chooses to plug in to the $1 Million Message and you choose to show up, which I know you're showing up in so many ways, then you already are a leader and you probably want to grow. So let's talk about it. And I believe that leadership is not just the kind that you would pin on a name tag, but the kind that you would live out loud. And I also believe, I believe it can be both. Leadership isn't just a title. I was going to say it's not a title, but let's say it's not just a title, because there is some respect to certain titles that we can earn, but it's really not just the suit you wear or the unit size that you have or anything in between. As John Maxwell says, leadership is, can you fill in the blank? Influence. So it's how you show up both on the days when you feel unstoppable and the days you feel like a hot pink mess. So in our world, here's some of the things that leadership is. It's doing the things that you said you would do, especially when no one is watching. It's being calm in the chaos. It is being light when there maybe feels like darkness or just fog. And it's the you've got this when maybe somebody else is ready to quit, and maybe that somebody is you. It's also, I think, being a thermostat and not a thermometer. Thermometers react. Thermostats set the temperature. Some of you know the story of a few years ago when Josh was out of town in the morning, and I tried to be a leader in my household in the morning, and I set the temperature or the thermostat, however, both of them, however I wanted. I like to have worship music. I get up before the kids, have my quiet time. And I was in the kitchen, and Maddie came in some kind of way. And if you've ever been a teenage girl, which you probably have, you probably remember being some kind of way sometimes. So she came in, and what I wanted to do was just kind of yell at her. What I did instead was shock her. And I just looked at her, and I said, Maddie, stop messing with the thermostat. And she looked back at me, confused, and she said, I didn't touch the thermostat. And I said to her, I'm not talking about the one on the wall. And I kind of moved my hands around in the kitchen space, and I said, I'm talking about the one that I set here. I said, I very specifically set the thermostat for our family. Don't mess with it. Right? Okay. And remember, what did John Maxwell say? Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And you have influence every day. So here's a couple ways I was thinking that we could live it out today, this week, and this month. All right. So number one, lead yourself first. We know this, but it is true. Before you lead anyone else, you have to lead you. Your own calendar, your own commitment, your own courage. So we learn that in Mary Kay, we have to do the thing before we ask somebody else to do the thing. Whether it's the Power Start or a gold medal or whatever that is, we do that. Then not only can we encourage our team to do it, but we also have really good stories to tell, right? This is what happened. This is what didn't happen. This is what my expectations were. This is what reality was. This is what I learned. This is what was great. Also, it is protecting your time, as in your quiet time, your goal time, your growth time, and we call that being proactive, not just reactive. Leading yourself first means filling your cup and then leading from the overflow. So when you keep your promises to yourself, you build trust, and other people follow what they trust and who they trust. And Proverbs 31:17 says, she sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. I love that. Number two, similarly along the same vein, is you go first. So first you lead yourself, But then you go first. You want your team to book, you book. You want your team to share, you share. You want them to stretch, you stretch. Show them what that looks like in real time. As a matter of fact, some of us are doing a virtual event next week, and we decided we're going to have a little panel that is called The Last 7 Days. And we can only teach what we learned in our business from the last 7 days, right? Talk about leading first. Number 3 is using our words. Encouragement is free, and it's beautifully effective. So maybe you're texting a team member today and reminding her that she's got what it takes. Speaking life into your customers, your family, yourself. Leadership starts in the language that you use. You know, I remember a story, and actually Maddie and I were just talking about this. Well, I'll throw in another verse here. Proverbs 16:24 says, gracious words are like a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. And actually, before I do that, I have a friend who is in sales. She's in real estate sales. And she says she leaves, let me say it right, MSD messages. And she tries to leave 5 to 10 MSD, not MSG, but MSD messages. And that stands for make someone's day. And she says every day she just pours out into other people. How can I make somebody's day? She believes that in sales, relationships are your superpower. But anyways, words. So Maddie and one of her classmates, they're really, really good friends, and they also push each other, right? So this other girl, she won this oratory contest called Chrysostom. She won it for her whole class. And they're going to speak next week. And Maddie, came in second, and she was feeling a little some kind of way, right? And so I said, well, is that a choice? Do you need to take a personal day that day or whatever? And she said, no, I think I need to be there, even though it's hard because she won and she beat me. I need to be there to support her. And I said, you're so right. I remember one of my very first years in Mary Kay, I thought I had done the quota sharing. And so I was like all ready to go to cross that stage at seminar. And I realized, because when everybody else was getting their little ribbons and all this kind of stuff, I realized that I'd forgotten about the cap. There's a monthly cap. And because it had been like so far at the beginning of the year, seminar year, I'd forgotten. And I had gone one over in the cap. So I did not do it. And I was devastated. It was my first year doing the quota sharing. I was devastated. And I had a friend say, are you just going to go to the bathroom during that part of seminar? And I took a deep breath and I said, nope, I'm going to be the one in the audience cheering the loudest. I mean, I want to go in the bathroom and cry and feel sorry for myself, but I'm not. I'm going to cheer the loudest because they did it and I didn't. And that's what I did. And it was so hard. And the next year I came back and did the quota sharing, for real. So using our words and our actions, really. Number 4, show what's possible. Share your challenges and how you're going through them. The best way to do it is once you've been through them, but share it. Post progress, not perfection, with a heart to model the work and not just market it. And really let your life be a light for other people. And sometimes the light shines brightest through a cracked vessel. And Matthew 5:16 says, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Number 5, lift as you climb. Share with people. And I know you do that. Share your scripts. Give a shout out. Drop a voice text to somebody. You don't lose anything by lifting others. We talked about that just a few minutes ago. And leadership doesn't hoard; it multiplies. Number 6, serve more than you sell. Leadership is service. We have to remember that. When you treat every person, every face like it matters, because it does, and every woman like she's worth your best because she is, that's how you lead. Matthew 20:26 says, whoever wants to be a leader among you must be a servant. And then number 7, stay people-focused, not position-focused. Positions change. Don't I know that? I have been on a up and down roller coaster ride of positions in this company, like many of you. So positions change, people last. Your impact, I promise you, is not going to be measured by your title. Now, go out and get that title, but it's not going to be measured by it. It's going to be measured by the hearts you touch and the women that you believed in them, and maybe you were the first one to believe in them. And Mary Kay herself said a company is only good as the people in it, and we are blessed by the best, and that means you. So this weekend, don't wait for somebody to call you a leader or to give you a position. Just be one. Live it, lead it, light the way. You are called. You are capable. You were made for this. So, friends, sisters, let's go lead with love and courage. All right. I appreciate all of the leaders represented here. Make it a beautiful weekend.